Rachel represents the world of the revealed, and Leah represents the world of the hidden. We see in the when Yaakov comes down to the well, that Rachel comes out with the sheep. The Zohar says, why did Rachel come out with the sheep? Because see, Leah is the eldest, and really she should be the one, but Rachel represents the revealed, so she's out, and Leah is inside the house, and she's hidden. When Yaakov marries Rachel, he thinks he's marrying Rachel, and B'das he's marrying Rachel, and in the morning it's Leah. So when the light comes and you can see what's going on, really it's Leah. So that Leah was the only way that Yaakov was able to marry Leah was Shelo B'das, without his express knowledge and his express Rotzon. But it comes in, you can accept it, but it can't be I want it. It's things that are hidden and that are beyond somebody. They hate it. So when you have something that you see it all through, and anybody that doesn't fit in to what people are doing, they're all Apikorusim, and they're all. Like the Rambam was seen as an Apikorus, and anyone who's doing anything different, so people are already doing, since it's outside what they're doing, it's different to what they're doing, it's unknown, why is he doing this, then the reaction is that I'm fine, I'm perfect, because there's nothing wrong with what I'm doing, and I'm not going to destroy the binyan that I've built in my life for this person. So some guy comes in and he doesn't care about Safsman Krishma. So the easiest thing to do is to say, well, he's wrong, he doesn't know what he's doing, I'm right, and that's it. I've no room in my life for his ideas or his hashkafa, because otherwise I have to relearn everything, and that would be again a deconstruction of my life. So anything that goes beyond what I'm doing and how I'm seeing things, so you just hate it because it doesn't fit. And things are nice when everything fits. So again, a story I've told a few times, where this guy goes into a cave and he's learning with MS, and she's a horribly disgusting woman. And after 3 months with her, when he leaves, he says, "Can I do anything for you?" She says, "Yeah, go tell everybody in the world how beautiful I am." And that people don't really want MS, or a lot of people don't want MS, because it's not necessarily, it's not nice, it's not beautiful, it doesn't make them feel good. It's truth. It's not about making you feel good. It's about being MS, and that people have their lives built in a way that they're comfortable with, and in a way that suits them, and they're happy, and that's really that Rachel is Yafis Toar and Yafis Mara, that everything's beautiful, and that really the relationship with Rachel is the relationship with yourself. So, for example, if you meet a girl at a nightclub, it's all about the chitzoni, of how you relate to the chitzoni, and about how she makes you feel. You don't really care about her. You're just picking her out of everyone who's there, because it's all about you. So the Rachel is like, you're beautiful, you're fantastic, I like this, fit with me. So when everything fits with you, that's I like this. This works for me. So the beauty is always going to be how you see it. But the Leah relationship is a relationship outside of yourself. That's really, when it comes to marriage, that the Ashkenazim put the talis on after they get married. Because the talis represents the Makif of Hashem, which is a relationship with God. The Makif is what you can't touch. But the whole time before you get married, really your whole life is just a relationship with yourself. What suits me, what fits me, and all the way. And when you're getting married, the person who you want to marry really is just an extension of yourself, and that's why you love her. But then when you get married, then she's able to, because you've committed to the relationship, so therefore she's able to actually show herself and who she truly is, and that is beyond you. And her depth of her being, everybody who you know, is more of a projection of what you know, but you don't even yourself. You don't know. You have a projection of yourself, but there's many parts of your subconscious that are hidden that you either don't want to look at or you can't see. So the relationships with people and the projections of it, it's a very different to who the person actually is. So then and continuing in that relationship, actually dealing with that person, just how you want to see them. So the relationship with myself is again just really an extension of yourself. Dealing with things you don't necessarily deal with, and a lot of time it's beyond you. So when it's beyond you, so therefore you hate that, and that causes the tension in a marriage. But that is where you're having a relationship with somebody outside of you. Therefore, you can now have a deeper relationship with God, because now you can understand a relationship. It's not about, oh well, I do mitzvahs and God does good things for me. It's more about, it's not to do with me. It's not about me. It's about Hashem. It's about the other person, and that's not capable if the whole world, if it's just a Rachel world, where again it's just the world's just an extension of my relationship with myself. So the pasuk says that Leah is hated. God saw that Leah was hated, and Shimon means that it is to do with hatred, and really is that everybody hates Leah. Everybody hates what they don't know, and anything that they don't know, rather than expanding yourself, which is like the Madrega of Moshe Rabbeinu, which is Nachnuma. So something new comes in. He's like, what is it? Tell me, who are you? What am I? I have no definition. He's like constantly reinventing himself and never gets stuck in anything. So that new experiences then are like a tremendous opportunity, and therefore when new things come, weird people are doing weird things, like, wow, this is like amazing. What is it? Whereas when you're comfortable with yourself and you don't want to move, so then when new things happen, then you're more interested in, well, that doesn't really fit with the way I want to do things, so therefore it has to be wrong. It doesn't work. It's not going to work. Everybody's wrong and I'm right. But now when it says that the idea of Yaakov hating Leah, it's not that Yaakov hates new things. It's that since Leah is in the level of machshava and Rachel is in the level of a giloi, of a revelation. So Yaakov is not about thinking about God. It's about doing the mitzvahs. It's about the asiyah, bringing God down from the highest heights all the way down into the lowest lows. Whereas if it stays in machshav and it's not revealed, so then things aren't revealed in the lowest levels. So Leah is on a much higher madrega. So this idea of thinking about stuff, and again, like in the midbar, where the Jews basically wanted to stay in the Aniyah Kavod, getting man from Shemayim, having Moshe as our leader. I mean, all these things are, why would you give that up? And that's really the Madrega of Leah, that stay in Shemayim. Don't go to Aretz. Shemayim's greater than Aretz. But Yaakov's like, no, I hate that, because Aretz is far greater than Shemayim. And you need to go into Eretz Yisrael and like just start digging holes in the land rather than sitting around with drushes from Moshe all day. So that's the Madrega was what Yaakov was able to was hating, because his whole thing was bringing it into the Metzias. Now, another idea about why the physical, like doing mitzvahs, is much greater than thinking about it, would be a marshal of, if you're going to go to a new country, say you want to go to Spain, so we can go on Google Maps, we can have a look at all the towns, we can have a look at the the topography and the roads and the towns and what they look like, how big they are, and then we'll get a Lonely Planet guide and we'll read through all the places in Spain where you want to go. So now, well, you don't really have to go anymore because you've been there. Now that's very different to actually going there, touching it, feeling it, experiencing it. Is an entirely different plane to just knowing about it. And you can know as much as you want about it, or on a better level it would be if you want to learn about love, and then you read poetry and you learn about it, and you know so much about it, and it's like, well, I'm just like brilliant about with the relationships. But that's very different to actually having a relationship, or actually having a second party to your relationship, like a girl to actually love. That's very different to thinking about it and knowing about it and being proficient at it and doing a test about it. But actually experiencing it is a much greater level of knowledge of what the thing is. So machshava on mitzvahs and learning about mitzvahs is a madrega, but compared to actually doing the mitzvahs is that experience and that level of knowledge on a deeper level than you can ever get by sitting and learning. And so the doing of the mitzvahs, made that physicality of the mitzvah is a way to really touch the infinity in a much greater way than anything else. And Yaakov was bringing that down into the physicality more, and then so if it's stuck in the machshava and we just think about it, so he hated that madrega, and therefore that's all the level of Yaakov hating Leah. But that's all before the marriage, but then afterwards. So a lot of the times, like again, but das, if you have an open mind, so then you can have new experiences, and you're not going to, or you'll hate things outside of you less, and you're able to assimilate these new experiences. But if you're not actively trying to open yourself up, so then b'das you'll never experience anything new b'das. So it has to come shalom b'das. So everybody, so in the bedekin, some people leave the face mask on, so they don't really check anything. And the whole bedekin is coming from Rachel and Leah. But one of the deeper ideas is that you're saying when you're marrying, you say, I understand I'm marrying Rachel because that I'm just projecting that everything I love about you, and there's nothing bad about you whatsoever, or even the bad about you I've already put into a nice box, and it fits my life beautifully. But I understand that I am entering into a relationship with parts of you that I can't see, and that the Leah in you I have no tefisa on, and that I am entering into the marriage as well, because everybody who gets married is Rachel. They think they're marrying Rachel, and then in the morning, then it's Leah. Now the morning could be the next morning mamash, it could be that very night mamash, it could be 10 years later. And a lot of the time when it's on the madrega of Rachel, it's more like people playing games, that you're trying to impress her, you're trying to put on a show that this is who you are, because you're living up to certain social tropes that society has. This is what women like in a man, and this is what men like in a woman. So people play up to those games, and you have people who will go out who go out with each other for 5-10 years, and then they never move off that Rachel relationship, and then they could get married after 10 years of dating and get divorced six months later, because then bang, there's Leah comes into the room, and everyone's like, "Oh, I hate Leah, get out of here." So with again a healthy marriage, you're committed to taking on Leah as well, and it's not all about me. So then that type of relationship where you're divorced after 6 months is because you're not ready to have a relationship outside yourself. You're only interested in having a relationship with yourself. And that's why things happen.